What is up, fellow Bulls fans? Welcome to the Bulls on a Run podcast, coming at you with a new video. But before we get into the video, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, and also turn on the notification bell so that you can be in the loop for weekly Bulls content. In today's video, we're talking about why Demar Derozan next season will prove the NBA media and doubters wrong. Now, a couple days ago, there was a report from Bleacher Report, actually an article that came out from Bleacher Report that named the most overrated players of the last decade. Now, it wasn't a 1 through 10 list ranking, but DeMar DeRozan's name was listed in this article. Now, this is the second offseason in a row where Bleacher Report has shown DeMar DeRozan hate. Last offseason, we saw they dropped the article saying that DeMar DeRozan was the worst offseason signing in the NBA, and now he's the most overrated player over the last decade. I'm not sure why these minor NBA media spots are dropping articles bashing players in the offseason. I'm not sure why they're critiquing these players based off of nothing, based off of no factual statements, just off of their opinion. I'm not understanding why that is the case. DeMar DeRozan is coming off his best season that he's had in his career, being 5th in the NBA in points per game, averaging 28 points per game, 5.2 rebounds per game, 5 assists, and having a 23.13 PER, which is the top 10 best in the NBA when it comes to teams. Now, I'm not understanding why DeMar DeRozan is the most overrated player. Over the 3 teams that he's played on, but going back to his more successful years when he was on the Raptors, DeMar DeRozan led his team to the championship. Not to the championship, but to the playoffs. He actually led them to a conference finals, but he wasn't able to get the job done because he had to go up against Lebron James. Now, us Bulls fans, we know what it takes. We know what it means going up against LeBron James in the playoffs. When he was with the Miami Heat, we saw how he was pretty much, in my opinion, the most dominant all-around player in NBA history when he was on the Miami Heat in his prime. And we saw how he was when he was in Cleveland, when he formed the big three of Kyrie, LeBron, and Kevin Love. Now, DeMar DeRozan had to go up against both of those teams. DeMar DeRozan had to carry carry his team in the playoffs, knowing that he had LeBron to go against each year. So I'm not understanding how DeMar DeRozan is one of the most overrated players of this last decade. DeMar DeRozan has been a constant professional for all of the 3 teams that he played for, being a mentor for the young players on the teams that with the opportunity that he's given. When he was with the Raptors, he came in and he was very durable. He didn't miss too many games. He actually played more than 50 games throughout his last 10 seasons. I believe he had an injury on one of those seasons when he's with the Raptors, which kept him out for some games. But in the more recent years, he has been very consistent when it comes to playing. He has actually shot 46% from the field because he takes such high percentage shots. He's very crafty when it comes to his ball movement, his ball handling. And now that he's older, now that he's on a more complete team in the Chicago Bulls, he's able to use that leadership that he developed from his time with the Raptors, and also with his time playing under coach Greg Popovich. Him using that leadership to bring this team together, to bring this team with more of a calm approach when it comes to their mindset, and allow them to come out in games and really show what they're capable of. Him being the leader of the team last year, having 2 back-to-back game winners, being top 3 in MVP voting for the majority of the season. At the age that he is, that is unheard of. That is unheard of for a 32, 33-year-old to come out and play at the level that DeMar DeRozan played last season. leading to the team, leading the Chicago Bulls. Him and Zach LaVine. I'm not just giving DeMar all of the credit, but him being the leader of the team last year, leading this Bulls team to their first playoff appearance since 2017. That's not talked about enough in the media. Give him his flowers. Give him his praise for the things that he has done for the Chicago Bulls. Taking the fact that they called him the worst signing of last year's offseason and using that as fuel to come out and play like he did last season. They need to put some respect on DeMar DeRozan's name, because he proved the type of player that he is, even past his prime. Even on a team like the Chicago Bulls, who has not seen much success these last couple years. Him coming out with that chip on his shoulder and also carrying that chip around with the team in general. This Bulls team is full of players who have a chip on their shoulder, who have things to prove. And even more so with DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine leading the charge. It's great for this organization. It's great for this team. I believe that DeMar DeRozan next season, knowing that he's the most overrated player in the NBA, one of the most overrated players, the worst offseason. He's not a good player when it comes to shooting 3-pointers. Him having all of this doubt that the media has put in his head, I believe that he's going to fire DeMar DeRozan up even more next season and lead this Bulls team to another championship run. Even though they got one of the hardest schedules in the NBA, I believe they still will be a top team with DeMar DeRozan coming out with that fire on his shoulder. He might end up, I don't believe he's going to win MVP next year, but he might end up being top 5 MVP once more, averaging around the same points that he had. So let's see how DeMar DeRozan come out next season. Let's see if he can use this media talk, this blasphemous media that is really going against a lot of NBA players nowadays. Let's see if he can use that as fuel to bring this Chicago Bulls team into a deep playoff run. Thank you for watching the podcast. This has been Bulls on the Run. Please remember to hit the like button, subscribe, turn on the notification bell.